Hi there, diecast fans. What we have here is a small but charming little diecast, the 1:24 scale Porsche 911 Carrera by Bburago. Now when I say small, it's approximately about 6.5 inches in length, so for a 1:24 it's quite relatively small if you compare it to other diecast. And this is the Bburago, the Italian-made diecast that was different from what we know today as Bburago that was bought by Maisto. So if you're wondering how old the diecast model is, well, let me just show you the box of this diecast right here. So as you open the box, you're gonna see some instructions right there. It says you can contact your own stock list for your free Bburago catalog or write to the address shown below, which is right here. Now, as part of the box, you're going to cut this right there, as I'm showing now, and mail this box right into them so you could get your own free catalog. So that's how old this diecast is, since nobody's gonna do it right now. Since the dawn of the internet, just one click away and the catalog and all of the Bburago catalogs will be at your fingertips. This diecast was given for me back in 2002, and after 24 years of owning this diecast, well, let me just show you how well the diecast hold its own to the test of time. And of course, this diecast is just stored inside the box, so there's nothing really exciting about this diecast compared to today. But back then, with an opening door like this and an opening engine bay right here, is really quite a treat back then. Now let's take a peek inside this diecast. So there's the dashboard, there's the steering wheel, and the old-fashioned 5 gauges, I think, by Porsche, that's also available in the 964. That gauge is really iconic for Porsche. So you still got a side panels right there on the doors right there. So the seats, the pedals, and the gear shifter right there. Now it's a texturized plastic interior, but there's really not much detail on it, since this is a 1:24 low-end, low-budget diecast right there. So there's a seat also, since this is a Carrera. It's like a 2+2 seat, I don't know. And moving to the engine bay right here. Now it's not a big slab of plastic as I will show you underneath. Nope. This is just, an engine bay. There's not much detail on it, but still, you can identify it as an engine bay. Now, moving on the right side, right here. Very decent, as expected, since this is a Bburago. Not detailed, but the quality of the plastic is really good, in my opinion. So there's the seat right there. All of them are colored in gray. But then again, what do you expect from a low-end budget model? But still, it's a very charming diecast, in my opinion. Let's move along to the exterior quality of the diecast after 22 years. So let's take a peek first on the front face of the diecast. So as you can see, projector headlights. Well, you cannot see that it is a projector headlight since they put a peg on it, but at least it still looks like a 993 with that iconic round shape of the fenders and the flush round headlight. And thank God they never put a painted signal light on it, even though this is 1:24. It's an amber, plastic amber on it. And the tires right there, it's a GT Cup wheels, I think. And with a written on the tire, a Pirelli P0 on it. So it's very nice It's a very nice touch, which most die-cast manufacturers doesn't do often right now. Maybe for licensing or production cost, maybe. And moving on to the side profile of the die-cast. Now, it must look this. It must have that silhouette look of a Porsche. Well, maybe on the camera a little bit, but if you had one of these, it's still very iconic, and you could easily recognize it as a 911, in no doubt. That's how good this diecast actually, besides the quality. After 22 years. Now, the rear part of the diecast, yes, it's a separate piece with the plastic on it. Even the garnish, the tail light, the garnish right there, and the Carrera. Now, I don't think this is made of a sticker, or maybe in a decal, but the quality of the sticker or a decal is quite really good, because when I try to clean it with the wax, while wiping it, it doesn't come off that easily. So a superb quality of parts chosen by Bburago there. So there's the European license plate there, the exhaust tip, and the rear wheels, of course. And that's about it. Just a fantastic diecast by Bburago, in my opinion. I'm quite amazed the quality of paint of this diecast after 22 years. You can hardly see some paint rashes on it. If there is, they're very minute, so it's hardly being seen. And all of the parts and the body panels had this lustrous red paint on it. Compared to my high ends, that really the paint rashes starts to flake out, so it's really a catastrophic effect for the diecast. But these Bburago, these very cheap ones, back in 2002, I think this was purchased around $7 to $8 back then. But then again, that's the value of this diecast 22 years before. The only thing that I'm worried about this diecast is the degrading or deterioration of the tires. Now, this is quite hard to replace if they're gone bad or starts to crack, since they are made of combination of plastic and rubber at the same time. But then again, heat and exposure to other elements can deteriorate these things. And like I said before, they are hard to replace. For avid fans or hardcore collector or Porsche enthusiasts, especially for the 911 series, well, this is not a bad diecast if you stumbled upon on it. Now, you cannot buy this brand new since the 993 was stock production since 1998. So there may be some second-hand diecast available on the internet. And the great thing, in my opinion, is they're not that expensive. Even they're desirable for diecast collectors. For some reason, classic 911 Porsches became so desirable. I don't know why. Is it because of the fad or just a hype maybe? But then again, collectors really do enjoy Porsche 911s. Especially the 993. The 993 was the last Porsche to ever had an air-cooled engine on it, and the round headlights, and then there was the 996. So you know the story for most Porsche enthusiasts. So guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope this entertains you and helps you if you stumble upon or you want to buy a Bburago 124 Porsche 993 Carrera. And then again, thank you and have a nice day.